Hi, Scotties. It's about that time of the year where you're getting your acceptances, your decisions back, and also your financial aid letters. And I know that getting financial aid letters back from universities can be something that is a little bit confusing or maybe stressful, but I hope that this video helps kind of be able to explain how to read your financial aid letter. Let's get started. So every financial aid letter is going to look different based on like the institution. They all have kind of a different layout. This is an example of one from the 2022 to 2023 school year. So here we have different types of aid, right? So the first one you'll look at usually is how much grant or scholarships you'll be getting. And the thing with grants and scholarships is that's free money. That's money that you'll never have to pay back. And you get grants and scholarships based on financial need. Sometimes those scholarships are merit based from your university. Maybe you applied to scholarships directly to the university, and those will show up here. And then the grants are usually from what you put on your FAFSA or your CATA, and that's from the government. So that's money that you don't have to pay back. And then we have other options. So these other options, sometimes if you're allowed to do work study is a program where they'll guarantee you a job on campus and you'll get to work and they will pay you just like a normal job, but you'll be able to use that money to help pay some of those tuition bills and stuff like that. And then there's also student loans. So usually the maximum student loans they'll allow you to take out is around $5,500. So those can either be subsidized loans or unsubsidized loans. Subsidized loans are when the federal government does not charge you tuition or does not charge you interest while you're in college. So those are subsidized. And those are the ones that you would want to take out, right? Because you don't want that interest accruing. So I would really recommend if you're going to take out loans, take out the subsidized loans first. And then the unsubsidized loans are also offered to you as student loans, but the interest rate will not be subsidized by the government. So those are just things to know when you're looking at loans. Then they usually offer sometimes a Parent Plus loan, and these usually have a little bit worse interest rates. So definitely be careful when getting those loans. I understand if you have to, try not to, take out too many, right? And if this is something that you want to talk about, please come and talk with us. You can talk to the College Center, or you can talk to your grade level team about what might be best for you and for your family's financial situation. Also come to Club College, and we could talk about this there too. But that's basically the breakdown of the types of loans. Sometimes schools will have costs broken down. Instead of just the tuition cost, they'll have things like your housing, right? Housing and meals. They'll have things like transportation or books and supplies, right? So you want to know what are things that are fixed costs. What are things that I'm gonna be billed for directly, and that they're gonna bill me a certain amount, and those are things like tuition and fees for sure. So that's something that they'll bill you at the start of each semester or quarter, depending on what term system your school's on. And then they'll also, if you're going to live on campus, housing and meals usually is also a fixed cost, right? Because that'll be something they'll also bill you for. And housing and meals, those costs usually depend on what housing option you pick. So sometimes, if you're in a single, right, that's going to cost more than if you're living with three other people. And with the meals, maybe there's a different meal plans based on how many meals you get in a day, and those costs will vary. So just be aware of that when you're looking at, filling out your housing application and choosing your meal plan, that those will affect your costs. But when you're looking at the overall cost that's going to be coming out of your pocket, you can look at the cost of tuition, right? So your big cost of tuition minus the cost, or minus all of the free money you're getting. So the grants, the scholarships, if you're getting the Pell Grant, all of those things. So the total tuition minus the free money you're getting equals the leftovers, right? And how are we going to pay for those leftovers? Maybe we're going to pay with student loans, right? So we're going to take out some student loans to help pay for those leftovers. Maybe we're looking at applying for the Helix Foundation scholarship and hoping some of that money will help pay for those leftovers, right? Maybe we have to take out a little bit of a Parent Plus loan to help also cover those leftovers. But the good news is there's a lot of time still for applying to scholarships. This is a huge time right now where a lot of organizations are putting out more scholarships for seniors specifically. So there's still a lot of money left on the table to help you cover those leftover costs. And we want you to, we want to support you in whatever way we can. So come to the College Center, come to your grade level team, and we'll sit down together. We'll look at your financial aid letter together, and we will help create a plan of how maybe we can look to cover those. Maybe we'll look at a summer job and how much a summer job will be able to cover for you. And if you're worried about loans, which I totally understand, I want you to know like loans are a big part, right, of the paying for college and like investing in your future for a lot of people. And you could talk to maybe some of your teachers. I can tell you probably some of them are still paying off some of their student loans. I have student loans, so just know that that is something that is like you're not alone in being worried about that, but you're also not alone if you do have to take out student loans. But we do want to help you, be smart about it and see. We can even look at like how much it would cost you monthly after you graduate. After you graduate college, so you kind of know what that monthly payment might look like. I know for me, it's like $200 to $300 a month, but now you have like a big job, right? And like you like are getting a paycheck, a pretty steady paycheck after college. So it is an investment in your future, but we also want to make sure you feel 100% knowledgeable about what it's going to look like, so you can make a confident decision in which college you're going to. And there's always that option of community college for 2 years, which is absolutely free. It can really help cut down your loans if you're just like, this is just going to be too much loans, and I don't want to deal with that. That's definitely an option. So you have all good options, a lot of good stuff going on. I hope you feel excited about your future. I know this part's a little bit stressful, but I promise you will get through it together, and you have a support team, to back you up. So please come talk to us. We would love to help you with this. All right, go Scotties.